Hello, YouTube. Ronald here. It's been a couple months, and that's because I've been in jail. And here's why. So, you all know that I'm a target. I have people follow me around and harass me, and there's technology that's used on my mind, and all kinds of other very annoying things. So I was done doing Grubhub, and for the night that I got arrested, and I was going to go back to sit where I was normally. And to make a long story short, um, I was provoked by something. I responded to it. Um, this responded to the cops getting a call saying that I was following somebody. Um, I will say, I would say, um, I think that if somebody was being followed around all the time, such as I, sometimes, people should go and try to get evidence of people following them around, or at least, try to take down a license plate or something, so that if you see these people again in other weird areas like what happened here, um, in my situation, that you actually have evidence to use potentially by, and by intimidating these stalkers to or discourage them from wanting to follow you around as much. So I was trying to get a picture, or I would try to get a picture of a license plate, but it resulted in the police getting called on me. Um, and somebody said that I was following them, and they wanted my identification, and they wanted me to get out of the car while they looked at my identification, to which I refused. And that resulted in them trying to force me out of the car. Um, I caught a few assaults on a first responder. I think they were a little merciful to me on that, because it could have been a police officer, just because I tried to push them off me. I got tased 3 times and took down by 6 police officers. I was not fighting back, but I was resisting to comply with their demands, because I didn't think that was lawful for them to just force me out of my vehicle like that when I refused. And really, all I was doing was going to go back to where I sleep at night. But pretty much, I got arrested, got my car towed, all my things in it, um, and went to jail. What's really cool about this is that God was really merciful to me. Um, I will give it to the police officer, the one that initiated the stop. That he did not, you know, when they messed up the paperwork and they tried to give me a Class C felony, that he actually, jumped in there and said it's just a, misdemeanor. So I'm I'm glad, I can say that he did that. And then when I went to court 2 days later, I took a plea for best interest for they dropped those down to simple assault, and I got 90 days with 2-for-1s for work release. So it wasn't it wasn't all that bad, and um, God's hand was in that. I was like kind of scared and nervous about, and worried, because I really, thought I was going to get hit hard, and I pretty much I got out of that pretty much unscathed. Just 54 days of, you know, my time, which really wasn't lost anyways, because God used me. God used me when I was in there, and I feel, one thing I can say is that there was a lot of purpose for me being there, and I somewhat even, um, you know, it was enjoyable. It was enjoyable somewhat. I went outside and worked every day, and God used me while I was in there. Um, but what else was I gonna say? Missing something. But yeah, I praise God for delivering me from that situation, because it could have been a lot worse than what it was. Um, God used that for His glory. He was merciful to me, and it turned out to be for my good. Maybe even other people's good that I met when I was there. Someone honked the horn, yeah, just randomly, and then drove off in this parking lot, middle of the night. But what is that sound? What in the world? Oh, somebody's just sitting. Some car just sitting back there, and then I can't show you because this phone. They were just sitting there, and then when I looked, they just sped off. Whatever. That's one thing too. That's the same exact thing. That's pretty much what I'm talking about. Like it's just some random dude. I've never seen that car before. This honks right behind me while I'm making this video, and I turn around and I look at them, and they're sitting there in the parking lot, and they speed off when I look at them. But you targets would know what I'm talking about. But pretty much, I would say, yeah, God used me. God used me while I was in jail. And the devil always tries to, destroy Christians. He tries to destroy the works of God, but it just backfires, and instead of destroying the works of God, he causes it to flourish even more. It's such a beautiful thing how that works, that God's in control of everything. Joseph told his brothers, though what you meant against me was for evil, God meant it for good. And God's in control of everything. Everything that happens, everything that the enemy thinks that he's doing to us is allowed by God. If you have the attitude to serve God no matter what happens, and to look at things with a good attitude, you'll see the glory of God in your life and in the life of others that He is able to influence through you. So, yeah, I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, verse for y'all before I end this video. Psalm 116. I will love the Lord my God because He has delivered my soul from death. I think that is verse 1. That whole chapter is good, just like every chapter in the Bible. I would say look it up and read it. I don't have the physical Bible on me. It's actually in my car, which is parked right next to this one. So I got a rental car again because the car that I was driving has all kinds of problems with it. And to do this delivery stuff, I wanted more comfort while driving. I got tired of driving around a car that has no power steering. But yeah, I'll make another video. Make another video soon. Sorry, it's been 2 weeks since I've been able to make a video, and I'm just now getting to it. But yeah, blessings to all you guys, and I hope everyone's doing well. I pray for y'all. I would ask that you would pray for me as well. And blessings.